At the very height of his fame, when the lights of the studio still shone brightest and the world applauded his every move, Sam Heughan faced the darkest chapter of his life, betrayal by the person he trusted most. Few could imagine that a man as strong, graceful, and seemingly unshakable as the Outlander star could be shattered by heartbreak so profound it left him silently undone. While millions around the globe adored him as Jamie Fraser, the brave, loyal romantic, the real Sam was living a story that felt like tragedy scripted by fate itself. It happened quietly, during those golden days of filming in Scotland, when everything in his world seemed perfect. Fame, success, admiration, all within reach. Yet in the middle of it all, Sam discovered the truth: the woman he loved had betrayed him. The shock cut through him like glass, leaving behind a silence that even the cameras couldn't capture. On screen, he played a man fighting for love. Off-screen, he sat alone in his dressing room, eyes red, forcing a smile no one questioned. The pain of betrayal was not loud, it was suffocating, wordless, heavy. Whispers spread quickly across the Outlander set. Some said Sam had discovered the truth through a stray text, others said he had seen it with his own eyes. No matter the version, the ending was the same. From that day, something in him changed. The man the world adored for his laughter and strength had faced a wound that left a permanent shadow. At the peak of fame, Sam Heughan, loved for his warmth and charm, lost faith in both love and trust. Before it all ended, he once said softly, "She's the only person I want to come home to after a long day on set." That woman, according to insiders, was Elena, a British hairstylist who had worked with him since the early seasons. Their story began simply: a shared glance in the mirror as she fixed his hair after a fight scene. Something unspoken sparked. It was quiet, real, undeniable. They kept their relationship private, hidden from the public eye. But to those close to them, they were inseparable, sharing cold Scottish nights and endless filming days. When Outlander reached its 4th season, fame became both a blessing and a curse. Sam was busier than ever, interviews, promotions, press tours, while Elena began to fade into the background. "She told me Sam didn't look at her the same anymore," a friend later recalled. But Sam had no idea that while he was trying to keep everything together, his love was slowly falling apart. He didn't see the late-night calls, the quiet messages, the shifting glances. Until one morning, everything unraveled. The crew was preparing for a scene when Sam was called to the office. There, on a forgotten phone, glowed a single message: "I missed you last night. Can't wait to see you again." The sender, someone from his own set. His world collapsed in an instant. No outburst, no confrontation, only silence. He walked out and went straight to film a scene where Jamie Fraser had to say goodbye to the woman he loved. His eyes were red, his voice cracked, and everyone called it his most powerful performance. Only he knew it wasn't acting. After that day, Elena quietly left the production, citing new projects. Sam said nothing. He simply posted a photo of a grey Scottish sky with the caption, "Sometimes silence is all that's left between two people." Fans didn't understand, but his friends did. He endured in private, pouring his pain into work. "I never saw him cry," one friend shared, "but I could see it in his eyes." When asked about love, Sam only smiled faintly. "I don't have time for that anymore." The heartbreak had hardened him, and yet, made him more profound. In the seasons that followed, his performances grew deeper, more hauntingly real. Viewers said he acted with new soul. But for Sam, it wasn't acting at all, it was release. "When you've truly loved and lost," he once said, "you understand that love isn't a fairy tale." Audiences felt it, the quiet sorrow in his gaze, the tenderness behind his strength. The pain had reshaped him. After the scandal faded, Sam withdrew from his private life. He avoided romantic speculation and kept a respectful distance from co-star Catriona Balfe. "Our friendship is something I'd never risk losing," he said. Instead, he threw himself into work, philanthropy, and endurance challenges. He founded a charity for children with cancer in Scotland, ran marathons, climbed peaks. "Every time I push my limits," he said, "I feel like I'm healing a part of myself." Years later, when peace had returned, Sam wrote a letter, not to send, but to close a chapter. "I once thought betrayal was the death of love," he wrote. Now I know it's life's way of reminding us that no one belongs to anyone forever. Thank you for teaching me that loving deeply doesn't always mean being loved back. The letter stayed with him, folded in a small notebook. Sometimes, during interviews, he would pause mid-sentence, smile faintly, and look away, as if remembering a time when he loved and broke, and lived like his own character. Today, Sam Heughan remains one of the brightest figures in British and American cinema. He's admired, successful, and seemingly at peace. Yet in his eyes, there lingers a quiet melancholy, not of pain, but of understanding. I don't blame anyone, he once said. Without that hurt, I would never have learned what love truly is. Outlander, the show that made him famous, was also where he lost what mattered most. When he visits the old set, he sometimes stops to watch the mist roll over the Scottish hills, silent, remembering. A cameraman once said, he never forgot. He just turned the pain into strength. And maybe that's true. Sam Heughan's story has no tragic ending, only growth. He learned to forgive others, and himself. He still believes in love, but now it's quieter, gentler, deeper. Sometimes the most beautiful thing, he said, is knowing when to let go. Perhaps that's why the world continues to love him, not just as Jamie Fraser, but as himself. A man who has been broken and still dares to hope. Betrayal didn't destroy him, it transformed him into someone more real, more human, and infinitely stronger. And maybe that's why Sam Heughan will always be the man the world both admires and aches for. Betrayal didn't destroy him, it transformed him into someone more real, more human, and infinitely stronger. And maybe that's why Sam Heughan will always be the man the world both admires and aches for. Yet sometimes, late at night after a long day on set, he's seen standing alone beneath the quiet glow of the studio lights, looking out at the horizon as if searching for something only he can see. No one knows what thoughts cross his mind in those moments. Perhaps he's remembering. Perhaps he's waiting. Because even for a man who has learned to let go, the heart never forgets how to hope. And maybe, somewhere beyond the misty hills of Scotland, love is already finding its way back to him, quietly, patiently, as if it always knew where he'd be.